I recently got to see you here in Condor's Nest. Was there something about Hippolito or about the premise itself that really made you want to be a part of this film?
Well, he sent it to me, and I just thought it was a good script. I thought the story of the script was strong, and it kept me interested. And so I then looked up the director, and online I found like parts of kind of like a highlight reel or something of the movie he did beforehand, and I was impressed with the production value that he was able to get on what seemingly seemed such a small budget. And so I thought, sure, I'll come and help you tell this story, basically.
How was an Hippolito originally described to you?
Uh, man, how was it? I remember like, it said he had an accent, Castilian accent specifically, and don't remember more details. That was kind of a thing I honed in on. Accents is not something that I often get to do, and I don't have the most confidence in. So I did like the challenge of it. I was able to reach out to my cousin who lives in Chile, because he would have the right accent that we needed for it. So I was like, "Will you? Here, I'm going to send you the script. I need you to read these lines and record them for me, so I can kind of hear how you say them." And I was like, "Don't worry about performing it or anything like that. Just I just need to get the sound changes, and then I'll don't worry. I'll make him a human being, basically." And so that was kind of the extent of it, and yeah, just kind of going in, and it was pretty quick. I mean, the whole thing was such a short trip of coming in, work, and then go back again, that on my trip in, the airline had lost my luggage, and I was already home again by the time I got my suitcase back. So it was quick.
Thank goodness for costume department.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Everyone. I think it is for hotels that have like, extra toothbrushes and stuff that they can give you. Thank goodness that they bought extra t-shirts for the Hippolito wardrobe, that I was able to like, hey, can I have one of these so I can wear a clean t-shirt tomorrow? It was like for sure. Someone was very helpful.
Was there something, a scene or a moment while filming that really stands out for you as maybe a more challenging? We know the accent as far as that goes, or maybe something that is a favorite that you filmed?
For me. Well, Hippolito's like the one scene. Uh it's so it was I mean the one as far as one that stands out. What was really impressive was walking on the set, and then somehow them turning this basement into this bar was pretty impressive, because you wouldn't think walking in from the outside that that was going to happen, but that would actually like that they would turn it into it. But they definitely, because they made it look aged, it was pretty classic. And that was that kind of also reinforced the thing that I said, that they're able to get a lot of value on a low budget.
Have you gotten to see the movie at all, or are you not kind of a fan
No,
of watching your performances?
no, I am a fan of myself for sure. If I do say so, but I have not had a chance to see it. I think there's an event tomorrow. However, I'm working, and I'm not going to be able to see it then. I'm anxious to see how it all turned out.
You are a part of social media. Are you looking forward to the fans going, I know you, I know that guy. We saw you in Condor's Nest this time.
Oh, cool. I mean, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I do. It's interesting. It would be interesting if anyone would stop me on the street for Condor's Nest. It would be great if it has that much of impingement in basically in viewership.
Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't say you were a part of the iconic Hawaii Five-O and other series as well. What did being a part of that series truly mean to you?
Hawaii Five-O was great because first of all, it brought me back to Hawaii, which I fell in love with. I mean, I was in love with Hawaii from before, but then really fell in love with it when I got to do Lost out there. And so kind of getting to be returned to it and reconnect with the Hawaiian community, which, they're just, they're lovely people. And also Hawaii Five-O had, at least half the crew were people I already knew. Like a lot of times when you go in on a new job, there's a lot of warming up to everybody and getting used to it. But, I already knew so many people on set already that you can just go right into like busting someone's balls about something or whatever. That definitely kind of had that feeling like, oh, welcome home kind of thing. That was the biggest real joy of getting to come out and then get to do Hawaii Five O.
Did you take anything home with you as sort of a memento from your time working on the series?
Five O. Yeah, I because so much of my storyline was about the
Conspiracy
journey,
theories, though.
Jerry's journey to earning his badge.
That's true.
And the badges that they have made for the show are super nice. They're really nice badges that I requested that. And then I got, a nice little like um acrylic case to rest it in and stuff. That was basically the the souvenir.
My
Oh, and there also
goodness.
was one thing that was not used on the show where I had one point I was doing I would do sometimes every now and I'll do like little random sketches that one of those type of drawing challenges that'll be like on social media.
Hmm.
And so I was doing that, and there was one that was like draw yourself as a superhero, I think it was, and I drew this character, and I called him the Mouse because I liked the idea of a big guy who is the mouse. I thought
The
the
dichotomy there.
yeah was entertaining. So I had this character called the Mouse, and so there was an episode that was like a comic book convention, and they were going to come up with they were looking for what designs for like what comic hero shirt I might wear and stuff. And I was like, well, I do have this that I made if you want to look at it and see about do using that. And they ended up going with it, but they had made t-shirts of the character the mouse. And so I was like, they gave them to me, after they had them made and didn't use them.
Oh,
And I did get to have that too.
I'm sure many people come up to you and know you from obviously your work on Lost. What does it still mean to you to have been a part of such an iconic series like that? What do you continue to take with you? The friendships, the memories? What does it mean to you to continue to be a part of a film, of a series that's still so talked about and still poignant today?
Well, yeah, well, loss was huge and life changing. That it's still the job that new jobs still get compared to. So that I think what really hits me now is meeting people who are newly discovering the series. They're usually children of people who are into the series, and them being like, oh, in fact, at one point I ran into Damon Lindelof at an airport, and I met his son, who is now already like a teenager. And I was like, first of all, there's that. There's this thing like, when your friends have kids and you don't see them for a while, in your head, you imagine their kids are like in suspended animation. If you're not, unless you're following along with them on, whatever, social media, you just imagine their kids are where they're at when you saw them last. And then you see them and you're like, oh no, he's a teenager now. That's crazy. And his son is starting to watch Lost. And then seeing them calling his son over, who was on the other side of this, up in the upper area, and him coming over, him seeing me, recognizing me, being kind of happy to come over and meet me, kind of thing like that. And I was like, that is wild. That's Damon's son is like that, as far as as far as the show goes. And just anytime I meet someone who's like new to it, because it feels so long ago now to me. But the fact that it still has is evergreen for some people that are just finding it now, beginning with it now is just fascinating.
What's next for you then? What have you been busy working on?
Right now, I'm actually working on a play which I'm going to do in LA. It's called Let Me In at Theater 68. And I'm also about to start a new series called How to Be a Bookie, which is going to be for HBO Max.
My goodness, that's a lot to come. I'm so excited for you. What would you
Yeah.
like to say to everybody who are fans and supporters of the wonderful work you have done and continue to do on our screens?
Well, I hope I keep you interested in the stuff I do, because many of you have been with me for a long time, and I appreciate it.
From Hurley to Jorge. I think that's a good book title coming for your upcoming biography, right?
Right on.